G'day, good people. Welcome back to NRG Ninjago. I bet you didn't expect to see me back this soon with my track record. Well, here I am. We're going to continue on that important conversation that we had the other day with regards to the LEGO Ninjago market being ruined. Today, we are going to discuss a group of 4 ninja, the main 4, again, this time from 2012. The NRG Ninja, of course. Everyone knows and loves the NRG Ninja. They are some of, if not the best ninja variants of all time, and they came out in only the show's second year of existence. Now, they have always been somewhat expensive for a Ninjago minifig, somewhat, but in the last month, as we discussed with the DX Ninja, they have gone up exponentially because of God knows what. I still don't understand it, but we're here. We're here years later, so let's not waste any time. We'll get into each ninja. We'll go discuss each ninja and their price variables over the last month on Bricklink. We'll see what the comparison is. Probably won't use Brick Ranker in this video with that graph. I'll just go through it on Bricklink and show you the pricing of each figure and just see where we're sitting at. So let's get into it. So first of all, as always, it's our boy NRG Kai. It's always Kai. Kai always goes first because that's the first ninja that people think of when they think of Ninjago, not Lloyd. Now, NRG Kai. So, Kai's unique in the way that he came in at Spinner 2-pack. The Spinner 2-pack was called the Weapon Pack NRG Kai versus Chokan. Now, very unique set. The only Spinner 2-pack that didn't have a battle arena attached to it, which is cool. And not unexpected that set is quite expensive now. It wasn't out very long. As with all the NRG Ninja, they were not out very long. Those final waves of 2012, the Spinners, they didn't last very long at all. Obviously, we all remember the Lloyd ZX debacle, that Spinner pack. We all remember that time period with the Epic Dragon Battle coming out. That was that August of 2012 wave. And I'll never forget the Brick Show's video on it when Jason went to Toys R Us looking for the Lloyd ZX Spinner on the 1st of August 2012. He was able to get one, but there was only 3 there, and then he had to fight with a lady to get the other one. Unfortunately, those videos no longer exist. Stupid Brick Show. Anyway, that's fine. We'll move on from that. I apologize for going off the tangent again. Now, NRG Kai. So, Spinner pack was not out for very long. Fair enough. I got mine, actually. I was quite lucky. I got mine from Big W back in 2012 when probably middle of August that year. I remember going to grab that one. I think it was $22 Australian with the discount that Big W had applied to the spinners that year. Now, we're looking at NRG Kai from that set. Obviously, Chokan's not expensive because the snakes haven't really hit that peak yet. The regular snakes outside of the leaders, the generals. But the NRG Kai figure is now looking at minimum, you're sort of looking around the 120 to 130 range, but that's with international shipping. This is Australian dollars, by the way. That's where I'm from, obviously. 120 to 130 with international shipping. Australian sellers barely exist on this. We're looking up the $200 range just for NRG Kai. Unbelievable. When, obviously, I was looking probably at the NRG a year ago, say in my brick set minifigure inventory, and they were looking at around that $30 range for NRG Kai, maybe $30 to $40. So it's a big jump, once again, in a very short period of time. Not unexpected, not unwanted, because they're beautiful figures. They're some of the best of all time, and probably the least produced ninja. Honestly, those spinners were not out long at all. I promise you this. I remember them like yesterday. They were not out long. We'll get into that later with the other ninja. We'll see how that all pans out with my memories there, but that's fine. But NRG Kai is looking quite expensive now, obviously. Look, he's not the cheapest one. I'm pretty sure Cole still is, roughly, but he's up very, very much up there. Anyway, let's move on. Tell me what you think of Kai, and we'll move on to Cole, my boy. I've just reassessed the prices on the NRG. They're all the same, except for Jay, obviously. Kai, Cole, and Zane are very similar price-wise. Very close in that $200 Australian range on average, from what I'm telling. So Cole, beautiful set. Obviously a single spinner pack, as with Jay and Zane. Very hard to get a hold of. that wave. Pretty sure they were I want to say they were the June release. They had really weird stagger releases for the spinners, and they were always in the LEGO catalog branded as limited release. I think it was June. He came out with Jay, Fang Dam, and Spitter. Not Spitter. I think it was. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that was who it was. The NRG Ninja, so Jay and Cole were released in that same wave. I was very lucky. I had pocket money. I was only 13 at the time. I had pocket money. I saw them at Toymate at my local shops, both of them, and I got both. Thank gosh, because I never saw them again. I don't remember ever seeing them again after that. So I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I was smart enough and had the foresight to do that. But with Cole, as I said, we're looking around that $200 range on average for Australian sellers. Obviously, I can buy it from overseas for a little bit cheaper, $140, $150. But again, you're probably going to be paying $50 in international postage because it is fucked getting stuff shipped to Australia from overseas. It is terrible. So, look, it depends what country you're from. Anyway, so $200. NRG Cole is a great figure. Really, obviously hard to get that vibrancy on a black minifigure, like completely black suit. Very hard, and I think they did a great job with the colouring on Cole. $200 is unbelievable. Again, he was probably looking at that $40 to $50 range a year ago, probably even cheaper from memory. I remember seeing them on eBay for like $40. It's probably even cheaper on Bricklink. Not that I was monitoring it that often. I didn't really. I just looked at my brick set inventory whenever I'd update it with more figures that I had bought. So, unbelievable. If you've got him, well done. Well done. We're very lucky. I'm not going to be selling anything, as I said. Never selling anything. If you need the money, look, cash out on it now. I would say, just because I keep seeing these get undercut on Bricklink, they're not selling as fast as they were a month ago. I'm no expert with money, so don't take my word for gospel, but I'm just seeing them get undercut a lot. Even on eBay, I'm starting to see them pop up more as people are noticing that they've risen in price so much. So it's up to you, obviously, if you want to or not. If you've had it since you were a kid, don't. Just keep it. It's a great memory. It's the best memories. We'll move on to NRG Zane. So NRG Zane was released in the very, very last Ninjago spinner wave of all time, September 2012. I remember that vividly. I believe it had Zane, Slitherer, and Loisiax. I believe that was the wave, September 2012, from memory. Just off the noggin, the autistic noggin, as always. So NRG Zane, again, like the baby blue coloring is so fucking beautiful. Like, NRG Zane is a stunning figure. Like, really, really stunning. I think, and again, I don't like the market words, but he was always very undervalued for some reason. Like $30 for that beautiful figure. And I was lucky enough to get mine actually in December of 2012. It was from David Jones, which is a very high price retail store that's starting to shut down all over Australia because no one shops there anymore. But I was very lucky that I got it when I did, because I had some pocket money for Christmas again. For some reason, it was at the shelves at David Jones, my local David Jones, so not out of the way. So I grabbed it, obviously. So very lucky, because, again, I would have had to go and pay a higher price later for it, and I wouldn't have gotten the box to keep, which I love the spinner boxes. I still have them all. I've kept them all. Now, NRG Zane, again, trending up at that $200 range. That's overkill. Look, that's overkill for all of them. To be fair, $200 is absurd. They are stunning. They are some of the best Ninja of all time. But let me know what you think of that. I personally think that is overkill. $200 is up there. Maybe $100 would be more reasonable for right now. A 14-year-old minifigure. That's from a spinner that was very short printed. That sort of thing. But $200 for NRG Zane. Again, Australian dollars. If you're in the US dollars is different. You're probably paying $120 for yours. Maybe even $100. You might even be paying $100. Lucky you. This is the big one. As always, this is the biggest one. He's always been the biggest one. NRG Jay. I left him for last because he has had some sales in the last couple of days as I've been monitoring this. And some absurdly high fucking sales. We're looking at the I can't even believe I'm about to say these words. 700 Australian dollars. $700. That's like 500 US dollars. My conversion's probably a bit off there, but close enough. 550 maybe. $700 is the cheapest available. In the last 2 days, there has been some up for $680 and $650. It looks like they've sold. They were there yesterday. They've obviously sold overnight. Something's happened. But $700 is the cheapest, which has small playware. The one cheapest without small playware that's classed as new is $900. Now, here's the kicker for all you people who want this figure and buy it after 14 years. Here's the kicker. I have obviously had one since 2012 that I told you about. I bought that with NRG Cole at my local Toy Mate. First time I saw it, last time I saw it. Lucky I grabbed them. Now, I bought a second one back in 2021, I want to say, from a seller on Facebook. I think it was $22 for an NRG Jay complete. Great condition. $22. Lucky me. I only bought it because I was like, well, he's sick. I mean, it's an NRG. You don't ever really see them come up for sale very often on Facebook, of all places. On eBay, yes, of course, because people intentionally list there. But on Facebook, $22 I paid for that bad boy. Very lucky. I won't be selling my second one, as stupid as that sounds, just because it's Ninjago. I don't sell my Ninjago stuff. I do not sell it. And that might be a bad and stupid idea. I just don't sell it. I keep it. I hold on to it. I don't really care where it goes. I'm only making these videos to educate you guys on how ridiculous this trend up has been recently. For those people who may not know what the market was a year ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. I've watched this market for many years. I've bought on this market for many years. I have bought everything on this market. This is the biggest price increase Ninjago has ever seen, maybe will ever see. If NRG Jay hits $1,000 a figure, I don't even want to make a bet on something because I know it will probably happen. NRG Jay, I saw a sale of a sealed spinner for $1,700. Imagine if I bought all the ones I saw at Toy Mate in 2012. And look, you can say that about anything. You can say I bought a Bitcoin in 2012. I'd be rich. Sure, that's fine. But this is my hobby. This is my main hobby. Imagine if I bought that. I do have a sealed Lloyd ZX, luckily, and an open one, of course, because Lloyd ZX was the hype train in 2012. So I bought one as well for $11 Big W to keep sealed when I bought my first one. I bought two. Still have that sealed. We'll never open that. That'll be a display piece in the future when we own a house, me and my fiance, when we own a house. But for now, it's in storage. It doesn't get touched. I wish I bought sealed of every spinner. I wish I had the money. I wish I worked at that time. But I was too young. I was 12 and 13 years old in 2011 and 2012. Times have changed. Who was to expect this? This is now 14 years down the track from 2012. We're looking at insane increases in price. I don't agree with it, personally, as a person who's been here since the beginning, since the start of Ninjago. I don't personally agree. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, though. Do you agree with these price rises? If you made it this far, I'd really appreciate you. You're an amazing person if you watch me ramble for 15 minutes. But it's just one of those things, again, need to get off my chest. Want to educate people on where this has come from and how far this has gone. We're here. We're in the end game. LEGO Ninjago, congratulations. You win. I appreciate all your minifigures. You never get sold. I promise you that. Don't even care how high these prices go. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and obviously subscribe if you want to see more of my rambling. Have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you later.